Good morning. Good morning. As you get here, make sure you say hello and let me know you're here. And I am excited to be here with you this morning, as always, as I hit live in all the places to make sure we've got everything flowing. Wait a minute, I'm trying to see here. All right. I believe we are live everywhere. Now I'm going to pull this up on my phone just to make doubly sure. I'm trying to see here. Maybe I don't want to do that. All right. Here we go. I got me a fresh cup of coffee. I got distracted. I was trying to answer an email, and then all of a sudden, I thought I had plenty of time. And as I was crafting that email, suddenly I realized it was time. Right. Oh, I needed to do one other thing here. All right. Perfect. Yesterday I actually reached out to, there's a few people that have been usually on the lives and in the group and haven't seen a couple of them in a little bit. So I reached out and few people are actually a little under the weather. And so for everyone who is here watching live or watching the replay, if you or anyone you know is under the weather with the crazy weather stuff that we have right now, my heart goes out to you, and I wish you a very quick and speedy recovery. All right. So I am going to go ahead and jump into today's affirmation. And I'm looking at the journal prompt right now thinking I probably should have made it a little bit smaller. Sometimes I end up having to do that. I go in, let me take this out. And then sometimes it feels like it all needs to be there, right? All right. So today's affirmation is I am bold, capable, and unstoppable. Does that sound like you? Every step I take, big or small, moves me closer to the life I'm meant to live. And the big or small is really, really important, because the thing is that a lot of times we feel like the only way we're moving forward is if we take these giant leaps. And you hear a lot of people talking about, if you're wanting to quit your day job and have be an entrepreneur, that you just quit and start and you burn the boats and all that stuff. Well, oh my gosh, does that put some pressure on you? So I never, ever, ever recommend that. I think that it should be a process of you start gaining momentum in this business that you're wanting to do, while you let the other business support you so it's not so stressful. Because I'm telling you, when you come at people with, I've got this thing that'll solve your problem and I need your money bad, whew, that repels people like crazy. So it is good to have a safety net, right? And I have found, and I'm not speaking about anybody in particular, but I have found a lot of times those people that burned the boats, they had somebody supporting them. So it wasn't dire, right? And so they're speaking from a different place. Good morning, Jackie. I see you here. So make sure you understand what the ramifications of certain things are, because you want to do things to where it feels easy and it has a flow to it. not a desperate thing. If I don't get this client, I have no place to live, right? And it could be that way if you jump off the cliff, right? So I just want to recommend that you do things in a manner that feels good. And then the other thing about this is like those small steps. Oh my gosh, are they powerful, right? Because the thing is that we talk about this all the time. A 1% change every day creates exponential growth. I mean, if you do something 1% today and you do it again and again and again, you will not recognize where you came from. Hello, it's good afternoon from here. I forget you're in a different time zone, Jackie. So good afternoon to you. Great to have you here. And the thing is that the reason I always recommend that as you're doing these affirmations and journal prompts that you put the date and everything is because when we do little changes every day, we lose track of where we started, where we came from. And it's not that we want to go to where we came from. It's not that important. What's important is to see the growth that we've had in the process, because a lot of times we will give ourselves hell, basically, with some internal dialogue about how we aren't doing enough, or we haven't moved far enough, we haven't gotten big enough results, we haven't started reaching enough people, our group is not big enough, all these different things. But if we go back and we look 6 months ago, whoa, where was I at 6 months ago? And then we can see that, holy smokes, I'm on the right path. I'm doing exactly what I need to do. I'm doing the thing. I'm getting things done. And I'm making a difference in me and others, right? Because we really want to focus on doing the internal work, because as we do all this internal work, we change everything else. And the people around us begin to notice. And sometimes it's not, they don't notice right away, right? They notice when you get some kind of big result. But that's kind of what happens to you too. You don't notice the changes most of the time in what you're doing and who you are until something big and significant happens. So I want you to be able to recognize those little things. And yesterday I was talking about, I don't even remember the name of the little kid show, but he had his handy dandy notebook, and I was talking about logging what you were doing in your handy dandy notebook during the day to see what your thoughts were. But I'm telling you, when you think about how you can be bold, capable, and unstoppable, whatever pops in your mind, start writing it down and just really giving yourself the joy and the deliciousness of discovery, because it is beautiful. And it doesn't always feel good in the moment, but oh my gosh, where we can go with it is like, right? And also remember, our I am statements, ultra powerful, right? I try to do as many of them as I am statements as possible, but it's not always where I can tweak it enough to make it an I am statement. But today is one that I love, because who doesn't want to be bold, capable, and unstoppable? Any entrepreneur, they want it, right? Do you want it? Claim it. I am bold, capable, and unstoppable. Take and put that on your index card, your screensaver, your sticky notes. Put it somewhere that today that you can, every single time you stop and do something and you have a thought, throw in the I am bold, capable, and unstoppable. Let's do it this way. What's a good trigger for you today? Every time you walk through a doorway, remind yourself, I am bold, capable, and unstoppable. Every time you walk through any doorway. Now, that could be when you walk in your bedroom, that's a time. You go into the bathroom, that's a time, right? You step into your closet, that's a time. So every time you step through a door today, remind yourself, I am bold. I am capable. I am unstoppable. Because you are. As long as you believe you are. See, that's the rub. A lot of times people want to say all these affirmations and journal prompts, and then let's just talk about the affirmation. I don't know why I said journal prompt, but in the back of their mind, they're saying bullshit. So sometimes you have to tweak it just a little bit. I'm becoming bold, capable, and unstoppable. I'm learning to be bold, capable, and unstoppable. So add to it what makes it believable for you so that you're not having that reject button going off in your head. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the journal prompt, and I know it's going to be too long, but let me see if I can tweak it just a touch before I share. Maybe that did it. Oh, I did it. All right. So our journal prompt for today is, where have I been playing small? What have you been thinking about doing and it felt too big? So where have you been playing small? And then what is one action I can take today to step into my power? What if there was more than one action? But start with one. But the thing is you can write out as many as show up. And how can I remind myself daily that I am fully capable of achieving my dreams? Powerful questions we're asking here. So, Miss Jackie, if you're still there, have you got an answer to these questions? Where have I been playing small? And I know you don't normally play small, so I don't know. I see you taking bold action a lot, so that may not be you. But sometimes, no matter how bold we appear, we in our heart have a bigger, bolder goal, but we're staying smaller. So just because we're saying staying small doesn't mean that you are small. It just means maybe you're staying smaller than you could be. So I would love to know, Jackie, if there's some kind of dream, this goal that you've been having recently, this idea that just popped in your head at one point and you said, oh, that would be delicious. But then, well, wait a minute, I need to do all these things first. All right. I know I've been there. And it's interesting because there's one of the things that I've done many, many times is I've created little small hypnosis audios for people, right? And so I do it with a lot of my clients, and I've sold some, but it was like I was playing small because I wasn't doing, I don't even know how to describe it. But yesterday, I had this feeling that I wanted to create another audio program, a hypnosis program. And I thought, what would be something that I would really, really love? And it was about releasing weight and building your metabolism to be much better, right? And so I started playing with it and thinking about it, and I created this audio, and I was putting it in Descript so that I could make sure, if I had anything in there that because sometimes, let me just say this. I used to be able to just redo it and redo it and redo it until I got it perfect, or what I felt was perfect in the moment, right? But now I've learned that because of Descript, if you haven't used it, you should, that I can mess up my word and then just say the correct word afterwards. And then all I have to do is go back later and take out the messed up word, and instead of starting all over. And so I've learned ways to do these things, which makes it a little bit easier, less stressful. And so when I'm looking at it that way, it feels like more ideas and more things flow through me, right? So anyway, I created this audio last night, and then I was thinking about, how to promote it, where I needed to put some information out. And one of my friends said yesterday she was in a program, and this person that she was listening to was talking about audio programs, and she said, "I know you do them sometimes. Listen to this." And it was like such a synchronistic moment, because I didn't tell anybody I was doing that. And then she sends me this thing all about what I'm doing. Right? And so it's like, because I felt this flow about it, synchronicities were coming to me. And so that's what happens when we start doing something. So maybe you've been playing a little bit small, but if you take the one action today, then this all of a sudden synchronicities will start finding you and start showing up. But what happens then? You have to pay attention, right? You have to be looking for it. You have to notice. So how can you remind yourself daily that you're fully capable of achieving your dreams? To me, it is just envisioning this dream and letting it play out, but being open to what shows up as the daily reminder. Because the daily reminders coming for you all the time, but most of the time we are not even paying attention. We think it all has to come from here, that we have to write it down on something. But trust that it's going to show up. And then as soon as something does, then you say, "Oh, there's my reminder for today." But another thing that you can do is to look at your dream. Maybe you haven't written it out. Write out your dream. And the thing is when we write out our dream, we want to make sure we're putting it in, not in the future tense, but in the present tense, right? So instead of saying, in 12 months, I want to be, right? You just claim it. You say, I am, and then whatever that 12-month thing was. You don't have to write down the 12 months, but make it present tense, that you are that. And then read it every day. Look at it every day. Now, the reason, the thing that happened yesterday, yesterday, when I created the audio and then Chris sent me that information, was it opened my eyes a little bit more to some of the audios that I've done. I could expand those, make them more personable, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but I can change them up. I can do something like some of the programs that I've done, some of the hypnosis things that I've done. I can create like a little mini series of audios to get people to where they want to go. And so it was like, oh my gosh. So, what have you been almost overlooking in your world? And then dive into it, right? No more holding back. I want you to stand up and stand out and step into your greatness because it's there. You just got to breathe it out, let it flow. I did a recording for the Rewrite Your Money Story group not too long ago. It was a week or 2 weeks. I don't even remember. But it was all about activating your money story that you want. And we even dove into your philanthropy stuff that you would be doing when you become this person with this level of money, right? And so if you would be interested in that, let me know and I will send out some information. But I'm telling you, it's a walking meditation activation. And so you don't have to stop and sit down and do it. You just can be doing the things throughout your day. You can do it at night before, as you go to bed. It's okay. Or you can listen to it while you're on your walk. But it actually is the activity of moving your body activates it a little bit more. Listen to it every day. And I've had some people saying that they've been getting some amazing differences already. So let me know if you would like the money audio, and I'll send you the info. But I'm telling you, together we can accomplish so much. And I put in the Stand Up and Stand Out community, and I know I've got people that show up from other places, but in the Stand Up and Stand Out community, I posted some polls to get some ideas of what you guys were wanting to work on. So if you have not looked at the polls, please go in and check them out. I don't know if I pinned them, but if I didn't, I will go back and do that because I really want to get clearer understanding of what you all need, because there's a reason you're here. A reason you came in the beginning. And I just want to make sure that I am delivering the things that you need. All right. So, all right, it is time for me to pop off. But before I do, I'm going to go back to the affirmation. I am bold, capable, and unstoppable. Every step I take, big or small, moves me closer to the life I am meant to live. That delicious life that is right here. Own it, claim it. Put that on your index card, the screensaver on your phone, your sticky notes, put it on the mirror with a chalk marker, put it somewhere today that you will be reminded. And remember, our trigger for this thought, I am bold, capable, and unstoppable, is every time you step through a doorway of any kind, you say, I am bold, capable, and unstoppable. And feel it. Not just deadpan, right? Give it some emotion, some feeling. And I would love to hear how you feel as the day goes. Because I'm telling you, your posture will change, how you smile will change, and you will be beginning to step out into the most amazing world. And then our journal prompt. Where have I been playing small? And what is one action I can take today to step into my power? How can I remind myself daily that I am fully capable of achieving my dreams? Now, as I always recommend, get out your notebook, your journal, put the date, the affirmation, the journal prompt all together, and then say them out loud with emotion. And then set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes and just sit in complete silence. And that doesn't mean your mind's not wandering. It just means you're not listening to an audio. You're just being in the moment. And if you notice that your mind chatter is going berserk, then just come down and focus on your breath. And then when the timer goes off in 10 to 15 minutes, then just allow yourself to write it out. Where have I been playing small? And write it all out. And then what's one action that I can take today to step into my power? Well, now don't limit yourself. If there's more than one action, write it down, because you only have to do one right now, but it'll give you a map of a way to let this stuff out, right? And then how can I remind myself daily that I am fully capable of achieving my dreams? Feel into that. What would be that for you? I told you some things that I do and that I can recommend, but you do you. So how can you remind yourself daily that you are fully capable of achieving your dreams? And I would love to hear from you and how this affirmation and journal prompt have resonated, and how you feel after you've written out and gone through the day with your trigger of going through the doorway and saying your affirmation. I am bold, capable, and unstoppable. And if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you put #replay and then share your thoughts as well. And in the meantime, I appreciate you, and I want you to have a day that solidifies how unstoppable you are, because you are. Have an amazing day. Be unstoppable.